Jason, I know you come into this game planning on catching the most pitchers in Padres history in a nine-inning game, but I mean, is this the ultimate challenge for a catcher when you have a bullpen day like this? I mean, how do you put strategies together? Each guy that comes in there, you got to evaluate right away, and it's sort of a live and die on this batter right now. How challenging is that for you?
Yeah, it makes the game planning a little bit different than you would kind of approach it with a normal start day. Trying, I think, to navigate, a full bullpen. I haven't caught a few of those guys, so it was nice to actually see them, in live games and just kind of seeing how they work. But, aside from that, I thought we did an okay job. I mean, obviously there were a couple innings there that we'd like back, but it's as tough on the pen as it is on anyone else to kind of have to piece together a game. So, I thought they did a good job.
You mentioned you hadn't even caught some of these guys. Joey Lucchesi, for example, making his first appearance out of the bullpen. Same thing for Garrett Richards this year. Was there a little bit of psychologist that you had to do as well, maybe talking to Joey through that, and Garrett as well? I know you had to have a visit with him.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you are traditionally used to starting, having to come out of the pen for a one inning roll or I mean, just anything that's different from your kind of normal routine is something that's not easy for pitchers. I think people kind of overlook that it's not as easy as it looks to just come out of the pen and throw like you normally would. So it's something that. I think if they're going to be in that role, they have to get used to, and credit for them. I mean, they came out and they battled, and hopefully they can learn from today.
As far as the series goes, you guys have an incredible homestand, a nice run, a lot of anticipation into this series. It's got to sting a little bit these last couple of games, but how easy are you guys able to sort of put this behind you and move forward?
Yeah, I think that's I mean, what I've seen so far, what makes this group pretty special is the ability to kind of move on and let the day go. It's a really loose atmosphere in the clubhouse, and I think that's what makes for dealing with maybe a down series a little bit easier. So I'm very confident that we'll pick up right where we left off. Moving forward for the next couple of series.
Thanks, Jason. Have a good off day.
Thanks.
AJ Castro.
Jason, what do you make of the way Garrett Richards could play in a shorter stint or a bullpen role if that's the way the club uses him down the stretch?
Yeah, I mean, he has explosive stuff. I mean, some of the best pure stuff that I've seen. It's just about getting him to be repetitive and being able to consistently challenge the strike zone. And I think coming out of the pen is going to be a little bit different for him if that's what continues to be the case. But, I think what we saw there after the first few hitters was he kind of settled into the role a little bit more and was able to really attack the zone. So from a pure stuff standpoint, he's definitely a guy that could be a weapon for sure.
You've only been part of this Dodgers-Padres rivalry for one series, but how do you think you guys kind of stack up? They're obviously the gold standard here in one division for 7 straight years. How do you think you stack up against them, and would you welcome a potential rematch in October?
Absolutely. I mean, you look at what this team has accomplished over the year, and I mean, even since I've been here, it's been a fun group to play with, and the type of baseball that we're capable of playing with the lineup and the arms that we have, starting rotation and out of the pen. I mean, it's a pretty special group. So I think there's no doubt that we can easily be right there with them.
Kevin Acee.
So you touched on it a little bit, but I'm kind of fascinated by the different guys you caught today. Hill, Lucchesi, Borahone, Richards. All individually some different kind of stuff. Do you just go out each inning and try to familiarize yourself as quickly as possible and even just survive some of those pitches?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have a framework of how to attack each pitcher and then try to match that as best you can with the type of stuff that specific pitcher is bringing to the table out of the pen. So just trying to kind of to deal with those two things, what is our best approach versus this hitter, and then what that pitcher is capable of executing and trying to formulate a plan from there. So it differs every inning today, or at least it did today. So that's part of the challenge.
Any other questions for Jason? Annie Halburn.
Jason, as Jason Tingler said, working Garrett Richards out of the bullpen and starting to see guys, and he also mentioned earlier in the week that guys are now trying to show that they want to be on the roster, in the postseason. Do you feel a shift a little bit as far as, not looking ahead of yourselves, but as far as just starting to feel that postseason vibe of what you guys are going to need to do come that next group there?
I think that'll come. Obviously, you don't want to get too ahead of yourself because we, when we come to the field, we're focused on the game that night. But we're making sure we come to the field and do the things that have made us successful, the whole time. So I don't think there's really any different approach. From a pitching standpoint, obviously guys are making sure they're doing everything they can to stay, at the top of their game, to stay fresh and but it's not really different than kind of any other point in the season. So I would say that it's, even though we're coming down to it, I would really say that it hasn't really changed much.
Dennis Lynn.
Jason, as someone who's experienced postseason before, what do you make of this year's format, especially with the three-game series everyone has to play and no off days?
Yeah, it makes it interesting. I think the three-game series, is probably a good thing. I obviously in a one-game kind of wild card format, really anything can happen. But in a three-game series, at least you get a little bit more of a kind of a representative sample as more than one game. So I definitely think that type of format could be beneficial, and the way that this team stacks up. I mean, I'm very excited for those prospects moving forward.